Welcome to Exotics Racing. My name is Mike Benani, and I'm standing out here in sunny Southern California at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, just outside of Los Angeles, to show you the beautiful Audi R8. This was, of course, made famous in the Iron Man franchise of movies by its stunning looks, those iconic headlights. Now this R8 is available with two different engines, the V8 or the V10. We here at Exotics Racing say, why go with the V8 when you could have 10 cylinders that pump out 525 horsepower? So that's what you'll be able to drive around one of our racetracks. That 525 horsepower is mounted behind the driver. Mid-engine setup, it also features Audi's patented Quattro all-wheel drive system, making this one of the most enjoyable and easiest cars to drive around our racetrack. Now these huge brakes up front do a great job at stopping this car as you're accelerating down the straightaway before you make it to that next corner. Beautiful paint job, sleek styling. This thing is just as sexy inside as it is outside. So let's get in there, check it out. Here we are inside of the beautiful Audi R8, and the styling inside the car, it's like a nice watch. Just classic design, classic colorways, black, white, red, stuff that's easily visible, very functional, yet looks really clean, really good. Now it's one of our more comfortable cars, easy to get in and out of, nice bit of headroom in here. The paddle shifters steer with the wheel in this car, which a lot of people like. They're nice and easy to find. They're right where your fingers naturally go if you've got your hands on the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position. You can also shift this car from the traditional gear lever position, sequential style shifter, I would say, where you push up for an upshift, you pull down for a downshift. It's not an H pattern or anything like that. The steering wheel is nice feeling. It's got soft leather. It's a good width to get a good grip on the wheel as you're going around the racetrack. The suede headliner and everything makes a nice touch, but also since everything's kind of like a neutral colorway, it's not as outlandish as, say, its cousin, the Lamborghini Gallardo. So if you want something that's a little bit more comfortable than our Lamborghini Gallardo but still shares the same engine, the same basic chassis, maybe you should think about trying our Audi R8. Enough about how this thing looks, let's see how this thing drives around our Fontana racetrack. Because it shares that V10 engine with the Lamborghini Gallardo, it means it's very fast. So you can stomp on the gas, the all-wheel drive system. Oh, this thing just takes off in a straight line. And that sound is something you just cannot get enough of. Oh, the downshifts are nice and crisp with the R8 6-speed gearbox. Now because of its mid-engine configuration and the all-wheel drive system, this car really likes to come out of the corners nicely. Uses that weight over the drive tires with a little bit of that front-wheel drive to also help it claw its way out of the corners. It's one of the more forgiving cars to drive around our racetracks. Nice and balanced with that V10 engine in the back. Good on the brakes. This car is, even though it shares a lot of its DNA with the Lamborghini Gallardo, it's a much more tame platform, a lot easier to drive for most people, especially if you've never done anything like drive on a racetrack before. The Audi R8 is going to be a little bit more forgiving, a little bit easier to get up to speed with than its cousin, the Lamborghini Gallardo. And when you get back to that straightaway, you feel that Lamborghini spirit when you hit that gas pedal and make that beautiful V10 noise all the way up to 8,500 RPMs. Down on the brakes. The massive brake kit on this car does an excellent job of slowing it down before your next corner. Nice and smooth over the bumps. Keeps itself composed. Now this car retails for about $170,000, but you can come out to one of our Exotics Racing tracks and you can drive this thing around an actual racetrack for just $249 for 5 laps. $40 an additional lap after that. It is definitely worth that money to experience this thing around a racetrack where you can have a professional instructor in the seat next to you to show you how it's done, teach you how to do it, and you can get the most out of our cars. So we'll see you out there. Come outside, drive one of our R8s, we'll have some fun.